Hello and welcome to our presentation today. We're really excited that you're here and we have something very special and groundbreaking to share with you. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And first of all, I'd like to go ahead and introduce myself so you know who you're listening to before we get to all the fun stuff here that we have prepared for you today. You'll see me here on the screen. My name is Eric Bechtold, and I'm the owner of a direct response marketing agency that has been doing business since 2004. Our focus has always been on automated marketing systems, also finding amazing opportunities and bringing them to market. So we've done a lot of consulting as well as put together systems that help our teams duplicate both on and offline. We've also gone on to generate teams of over 40,000 members strong in this industry, and not to boast or brag, but just to impress upon you what's possible. We've gone on to generate 7 figures for the better part of the last decade. So I'm excited that you're here. This is something that I'm extremely pumped up about, and I know you're going to be as well once you discover the details. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and bring on our co-host here as well. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Randy Shrum. Now, Randy is the owner of several online businesses dating back to 2006, including a survival business, publishing company, software. He's also really an expert in customer acquisition, and he has sold millions of dollars both on and offline. And one of the cool things about Randy is he's a content marketer. He's going to tell you more about what that is and how that works. But he has consulted and spoke with massive groups of people, thousands of people, just really a bright marketer. I'm excited to have locked arms with Randy and to allow you to leverage both of our expertise. And we're going to tell you how that all fits in to this amazing discovery that we have here today. But before we dive in, let's go ahead and bring on Randy here just to say hello, and we'll get right to it. Randy, are you with us?
Yes, thank you, Eric, and really excited to be here and for the opportunity to be working with you guys.
Well, absolutely, and I know we have a lot of information to share, so let's dive right in, not waste anybody's time. Let's go over a presentation agenda. We have 5 main topics that we're going to discuss today. Number 1, we're going to talk about who we are, what this company is that we're dealing with. We'll talk about the discovery. We'll then move on to talking about our unique path to market. And number 4, we'll talk about how you can profit alongside us, how you can get involved in this ground floor opportunity and make some serious money with us. And then lastly, we're going to wrap up with a special foundation team bonus. And I'll tell you what, timing is everything. Right now we have something amazing to share with you, and it's only available to the very first people that are exposed to this. And you're among the very first. So consider yourself lucky, but make sure that you eliminate all distractions, that you focus on what we're talking about here today so you don't miss out on that special foundation team bonus. It's going to blow you away, I promise. So let's go ahead and now move on to talking about really the first thing that you need to consider when looking for an opportunity. These are what we call the 5 keys for massive success. And this is part of our discovery process. You can go out in the industry and you can find things that are being promoted, all sorts of different types of products. But if you don't have these 5 things, you're setting yourself up for a very hard road. And us as marketers, we like to find these elements to make our jobs as easy as possible. And the first thing that we like to find is a passionate market of consumers. Secondly, we like to find a large and expanding marketplace. Thirdly, we like to find a standout product, something that's head and shoulders above everything else out there in the industry. And then number 4, we want case studies that show a proven track record, that know we're going down the right type of road. And then number 5, finally, we want upfront and residual income. We want to make sure that we're maximizing the amount of money that we're able to make and our teams are able to make as a process of getting involved in a specific opportunity. So let's drill down a little bit more on these 5 keys for massive success. And let's start off with this passionate market of consumers. This is really the biggest shortcut. Think about this for a second. If you want somebody to buy your product, it's much easier to find a group of people that are already passionate about what it is that you're selling. It's much easier to find passion than to create it. So as marketers, we're looking for a marketplace that's excited about the types of products that we're selling, and that's really critical so we don't have to work so hard. That then takes us on to the next step, a large and expanding marketplace. Think about it. Not only do you want passion, but you want a massive group of people. You want a lot of money moving around so that you can capitalize on that and really maximize your income. And what we've identified here is a $468 billion industry that's projected to be $1 trillion by 2025. Think about that. $468 billion going to $1 trillion in a very short amount of time. Now that should get you excited. If you're like me and you get excited about powerful opportunities, that type of money should be something you pay attention to. Now let's move on to number 3, a standout product. We like to call it a unique selling proposition, a USP. And you'll see on the screen here a bunch of apples with the red apple sticking out in the middle. In an industry that's $468 billion, obviously there's going to be a lot of people competing when you have that type of money floating around. But if you have a product that is much, much better or has something that makes it so hard to ignore that it stands out, just like this picture here, then, again, you can capitalize on that difference and really pick up a lot of market share very, very quickly. So we have a standout product. We have something really, really powerful to share with you today. And let's move on to case studies that show a proven track record, something else you need to consider. You know, a lot of times we have ideas and we think, okay, well, let's try this, and we go out and we get involved in something and maybe we don't do as well as we'd like it to. If you study history, if you look around and you say, have there been other companies do similar things to what I'm getting ready to do that have already generated fantastic results? And in this industry, I like to look for companies that have gone on to generate $1 billion in revenue. Okay, think about that. I like those home runs, and I want a track record that shows a lot of home runs before I move in a direction. Again, all these things we're talking about here today are finding kind of the sweet spot, the Goldilocks position where everything is lined up just right. And when you can find an opportunity that has these 5 elements, you can really capitalize and make a ton of money very, very quickly. And that moves on to our next element here, upfront and residual income. Why I wanted to go ahead and talk about this is when you're developing a program, when you've got a team-based marketing process where people can align themselves with you, it's really important that they're able to put money in their pockets right up front, that they're able to make money quickly so that they can get excited and then get on to what I really think is the main goal for all of us, to get that mailbox money that comes in month after month and it builds on itself. But if you aren't able to put money in your pocket, if people can't get excited about what they're doing today, they're not going to build to tomorrow. So you have to have upfront and residual revenue working in tandem to really have the sweet spot when it comes to compensation. Okay, so we've gone over the 5 key success elements. Let's move on now and reveal the genius behind our new breakthrough ground floor opportunity. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce you to Mr. Greg Pylant. Now, this is a gentleman that's been in the biotech industry now for about 30 years. He's come into this business, into the biotech industry, with a passion to help people solve medical problems. And you're going to see what that is. Actually, you're going to get to hear from Greg here in just a second. But I want to give you a little bit of his background here before we bring on his video. He acquired Stanley Pharmaceuticals in 1995. He went on to spend over $100 million in just research and development within his companies. $100 million, guys. Think about this. This is really an opportunity. 30 years in the making, but it's a ground floor opportunity for you, and it's backed by $100 million in research and development. Now, he's the holder of multiple patents and new patent-pending formulas as well. You're going to discover some of those here as we move through this presentation today. In 2001, he discovered the underlying cause of chronic wounds. Something huge. Just put him on the map. He really is a genius, and you'll see that come through a little bit in this video. His accolades are just outstanding. He licensed a supply agreement with 3M in 2008. He's the owner and stakeholder in multiple companies worldwide, and he has sold millions in medical care products through his businesses. He is a genius. He's a fantastic guy. I've got to meet him personally, and I'll tell you what, he is in a class all by himself. So with that said, it's my honor to let you meet Mr. Greg Pylant.
Transparency and putting forth real science is clearly a prominent focus at Radian. What separates Radian's products from a lot of the other science-backed options on the market?
Companies have different levels of integrity on what's in the bottle. There are companies out there that will actually buy ingredients at a very low price that have no activity, but they can buy them cheap, just simply so they can have them on a label. If we can't deal with the same type of level we would deal in a medical product, double-blind, randomized clinical studies, that's what proves science. And it's just a standard that's not normally in the cosmetic industry.
How does that make you feel?
Very confident when we sell every jar that goes out the door.
Our products are known for being clinically proven to reduce the length and depth of lines and wrinkles. Is there anything else that Radian's products can do for people?
Well, as a company, we want to be very cognizant in developing products that really deal with the wide spectrum of aging. Dark spots, age spots would be certainly number 2 for what causes people to look older. We want to be able to look at every aspect that maybe would affect someone's self-esteem and be able to truly effectively deal with those issues.
What does science mean to you?
There's not a lot of gray area in science. It either is or it isn't. But the speed of change today is completely different than when I started 25 years ago.
So how did you end up making the jump between chronic wound care and skin care?
Yeah, sounds kind of like an interesting, maybe huge jump, doesn't it? You know that we started in wound care really to solve a problem that was a worldwide problem with chronic wounds. That was a huge medical need back in the 80s when 80% of chronic wounds, the medical community just simply didn't know what to do. And so by coming up with the product that downregulated proteinases, we were able to solve a huge medical issue. And then to be able to find many years later that same active ingredient that was a drug product would be so effective for anti-aging really caused us to say, well, what a great side effect.
Being a new startup, Radian may not have the longest history, but it does have a very rich heritage. Can you elaborate on that a little bit for us?
Sure. Having the biotech history, we have the advantage that we really do know how to make products that have active ingredients that truly make a difference. Having the clean rooms that we have, all the chemists that we have for different subjects, from active ingredients to cosmetics, peptides, a special group of chemists that just deal with peptides. All of our offices and distribution that help us with the container acquisition in Asia and other places contribute to a long, rich history that really cause us not to be associated just with the age of this company.
One of Radian's goals for the future of the company is to help get rid of the negative stigma that comes with aging. In order to break that stigma, having a product that actually produces results is key to that. What are your thoughts on the state of the skincare industry currently, and what sets Radian apart?
Well, obviously, one of the things we have to fight every day are the products out there that make claims that maybe their science doesn't meet the claim. And that's happened so often in the industry because the science just simply wasn't there. The stigma that we have to fight is the 10 products that the average consumer have tried that gave them promises that just simply didn't work.
All right. Something unique about Radian is that we're a debt-free, self-funded startup. Why is this important, and how does it benefit employees and customers?
Well, the fact that we are not indebted to banks and to the public market, number one, we can do what's right for the customer and right for our distributors. I think that's probably the greatest commitment we can make we can put absolute quality and cut no corners.
In an industry that puts such harsh expectations of vanity, especially on women, what do you hope Radian Products can help achieve for the people who use it?
This product's for everyone, because if you look at our total product line, you're going to see that it really does achieve what we commit for it to do, which can phenomenally affect self-esteem for everyone.
You've built several successful companies in your lifetime from the ground up. You obviously are a visionary that makes things happen. Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur, and what has inspired you to build Radian?
I don't know that you decide to be an entrepreneur. I think it kind of like finds you, but sometimes you kind of wish you weren't, but you kind of gravitate to it. I think you're born with that, but I really wanted to solve problems, and technology and solving problems in the medical community was just something that was a driving force for me.
What was your first business?
Really, our first business was singing professionally, and my brothers and I were involved with it. We then had music stores, and we're very young, but we ran multiple music stores. And it really gave me a great bond between me and my brothers. And that's remained today. We're all very close.
Your first business is still running?
Well, my middle brother would tell you it's running and thriving. He runs it, and he does a great job of it, and he's very talented.
What is an example of someone who has been impacted by one of your products in a positive way? Why did you choose that example, and how did it impact you?
One was a person that got to me very late and had already been told by the doctor their leg was going to be amputated. She was going to have to be put in a home and taken away from her real home, and that she just emotionally could not take that. It ended up saving her leg, and she said that she just wanted to tell me that she felt like that this had saved her life. But it was one of those that I basically had to just leave the hospital and regain my emotion.
How does it feel to be a guy who has impacted so many people's lives?
Blessed.
All right, you just got to hear a little bit from Greg, and as you can see, an amazing guy with a passion for helping people that goes all the way back to 1995. Look at this timeline here. I wanted to share this with you just to give you an example of the serious heritage into what we're talking about here today, the anti-aging industry. And this is developed from a fortunate side effect of the wound care industry. So think about this. Elevated protease is the underlying cause. It's the same underlying cause for chronic wounds. So when you address this, you also address the problems that cause us to look and appear to be aging, okay? The lines, the wrinkles, all these things. We lose a tablespoon of collagen from our face every 10 years, starting around 40 years old. Now, competitive treatments out there don't penetrate the skin in order to restore collagen. They're really topical and addressing the surface, but not addressing the foundation that makes all the difference. So we solve the problem of aging in the skin with our unique peptide sequences, reducing the levels of protease. And I want you to understand this, guys. This is our USP, our unique selling proposition. Mr. Pyland's proprietary peptide formula has proven to regenerate collagen, thus reversing the effects of aging in the skin. And you need to pay close attention to this. Think about that. We're not talking about just putting something on your face and addressing the surface. We're talking about regenerating collagen, fixing the problem, and reversing the aging effects in the skin. You know what? I've been hogging the mic, so let's hear what Randy has to say about this.
Eric, this is really, really important for everyone watching this, because what we're talking about here is a patented formula. This is something that doesn't just address the appearance of. And as you were just covering this, most of the companies out there actually only address the appearance of. we are actually regenerating collagen under the skin. Do you see that? That is significant. So what we're talking about here is the unique selling proposition, and no one else can do it. In fact, the fact that it is patented is that we're 20 years ahead of any other company out there. And not that we're just 20 years ahead. Pay close attention. We're more than just 20 years ahead. In fact, the next 20 years, no one else can use our patent formula sequence to address this underlying cause.
Absolutely. Think about that. As marketers, we get really excited when we find something that makes our product stand out, especially when you remember it's a $468 billion industry. So when you have something that's this different, people can't ignore it, and it generates some serious interest. So now with that said, let's move on to taking a look at the revolutionary product offering based on real science in the lab. And it's my pleasure to expose you today to our company, Radian. Now, Radian, again, is our fortunate side effect coming out of the wound care industry and taking us into anti-aging and skincare. And I want to show you a few samples here, a few case studies or examples of what we're able to do with our amazing product. So take a look at this. This is our skincare product here, and you'll see from day 0 to day 30. Somebody here regenerating their skin. If you look at day 30, it's as if this never happened. And that doesn't happen with some ointment or topical skincare. This has to be some serious wound healing. And again, it goes back to the protease sequencing that's proprietary that's able to make this happen. Now, that's skin repair. Let's move on to taking a look at our day cream experience. Now, this is an older lady. You can see her on day 0 on the left-hand side. Look at the eyes. Look at the wrinkles, the bags under the eyes. Look at the transformation on day 60. Most people wouldn't believe this is the same person if you met them in person. Because, again, by day 60, she's been able to regenerate the collagen, rehydrate the skin. That is more youthful skin than what you see on day 0. That's the difference between topical and foundational transformation. Let's move on to something else I think is really going to get you pumped up. And I'm talking about the Radiant Immediate experience. You know, as marketers, we're looking for something that's going to shock people and make them excited about using our product. And although they can transform over a 60 to 90-day period of time, we want something that's going to blow them away within minutes. And you can see here, minute 0 to minute 10. Look at the tightening of the lips. Look at the wrinkles. The amount of wrinkles have really gone away. And at the end of today's presentation, we're actually going to show you a video of 30 individuals with this same product and show you the immediate transformation, things happening within just a couple of minutes that will blow you away. We are a serious science-based company. We're doing double-blind clinical trials, and this is the type of transformation that really sells product quickly. Now, Randy, before we move on, did you have anything that you wanted to chime in with about this immediate experience?
Absolutely. In fact, I want to just hone in on something you just said, Eric, and that is double-blind clinical trials. You see, when Greg discovered the same underlying cause for chronic wounds that crosses over to the degeneration of collagen in the skin, that was significant. But he said, you know what, I want to ensure that my discovery is correct. So he went out and he spent millions of dollars in double-blind clinical trials. And I want you to pay close attention to that because no other company in the direct selling space is spending that type of money and resources in double-blind clinical trials. Sure, they may be measuring things, they may be looking at the appearance of, but we're actually reducing the depth and the length of lines and wrinkles in the skin. We are actually, on a scientific level, regenerating collagen in the skin. That, my friends, is significant, and that is our unique selling proposition.
We are a serious science company that's producing amazing results. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the product itself. What's doing this? And the first slide here is our skincare set. Now, this retails for $258. You'll see this is our Radiant Primary Anti-Age Skincare Set, including a full-size jar of the day cream, eye cream, and the night cream. Now, this is for the ladies. Let's move on to taking a look at the product for men. It's all in one with the men. We know that men are less likely to do the day cream, the night cream, and all that stuff. They also don't wear makeup, so they don't have to address the same order of operations in order to get the results. So it's all in one bottle, which also makes men more likely to use it. Now, I have to chime in here real quick. I'm passionate about finding amazing opportunities. I'm passionate about helping people make an above-average income from home, and that all stems from finding products that just stand out in the marketplace. I myself am kind of a guy's guy. I never thought I would like to put this stuff on my face or get involved in skincare. I'm just being blunt here with you guys, but I'll tell you one thing. I can't believe how much younger I look. People are asking me what I'm doing, and it's just amazing. The results are real. These products are transformational, and I can't wait for you to experience the radiant difference for yourself. So this is the men's product. Let's move on to talking about our skin repair cream. Now, this retails for $94. You'll see a bottle of it right here. This is for tissue regeneration, and really the product that a lot of Greg's experience with helping people with chronic wounds. This was our first slide that I showed you with the gentleman with his face, literally skin being removed and regenerating that skin. I would be marketing this program if it was only this product that we had because it's so powerful, but the whole lineup of products that Radiant is putting out are head and shoulders above everything else out there in the anti-aging industry. So that's our product lineup. Let's go ahead and move on to really drilling down again on that unique selling proposition, because this is huge. This is something that really makes our product stand out in this marketplace. Here's Greg's quote that I want you to drill into your head, really burn this into your memory. Nobody can reverse aging, but we can reverse the effects of it in your skin. Our double-blind clinical trials prove it. Greg's the real deal. This is not some network marketing company that decided to slap a label on some skincare. This is a real science-based company that's decided to take their product to market through the direct sales channel. And that is a huge point of difference and something we can all be excited about getting involved with. So now that we've heard a little bit more from Greg, we've taken a look at the product, let's go ahead now and dive into our unique three-step path to market. There's three things that we're going to do for you. And again, this really makes us stand out from other network marketing companies because we're not going to tell you to make a list of your friends and family. We actually have marketing experts within the team here that are going to show you how to do some really innovative marketing and help you use magnetic marketing, attract people to you as opposed to you going out there to them. And we're going to do that through three methods. Number one, content to commerce. And that's where we're going to bring on Randy here in just a second to tell you exactly what we're doing. Randy's a genius, and you're going to love to hear more details about that. Number two, direct response marketing, something I've been doing now for 16 years very successfully. We're going to be utilizing a lot of my best strategies and allowing our team to capitalize on that as well. And then number three, sharing the product with samples. Now, when you have a product that sells itself, when people experience it, they're going to want to utilize it. So we're going to talk about that aspect of it as well. We're going to use all three of these to take this powerful product to market. All right, let's drill down now and talk about how you profit. Again, it is my pleasure and honor to welcome back Mr. Randy Shrum to talk about our path to market with content. Randy, take it away, bud.
Thank you, Eric. And this has just been an exciting time over the last few minutes. And what I'm going to do now is take everyone on a journey of the things that I've been doing in my businesses and how we're implementing them here right in Radiant. And I'm going to share with you how we've been generating results online and how we plan to do it here in Radiant. And actually, here's the great thing, folks. You don't need to know how to do any of this. What you need to know is that you've locked arms with leaders like Eric and myself to be able to do this on your behalf. And with you doing just a few minimal things, you're going to be able to leverage this system and be able to make profits week in and week out. So let's get into it. So what is Skinsy? Well, Skinsy is simply a website that we use to market to people about their skin, on their core beliefs, their pains, their desires, their goals, their sense of humor, and ultimately we provide them with solutions. So we're targeting whether it be that they have scars, they have stretch marks, whether it be that they have dark spots on their face, or they're wanting to take care of the bags under their eyes. We may talk about the top 5 ways to address that and what they believe about how they look, right? And so we use content to speak to them, and that's exactly what we're doing with this business. And then what we'll do is we lead with content such as the top 7 effective habits of women with perfect skin. Now, we don't just lead with this content, but what we're doing on your behalf is we're targeting people who are interested in things like anti-aging, skincare, healthy skin, wrinkles, dermatologists, exfoliate, skin regimen, stretch marks, scars. And so we're making sure the right people are seeing the content. So imagine you're online and you're looking for solutions around skin and skin repair and skin damage and dark spots, and you find us online. Well, we're not leaving that to chance because we're targeting people who match this criteria and have, really importantly, and this is really important to you, above average spending habits online, certain levels of credit lines, and a certain level of net worth. And we're actually able to target all of that when we're marketing this. Now, that's exciting because as I move to this next screen, what I want you to know is we're able to laser target these people. And this is my marketing dashboard that I'm running on your behalf within Radian. Notice right here that I'm actually able to target people with certain levels of credit lines. I'm also able to target that they're credit card high spenders online. I'm also able to target people who are interested in skin-related products and cosmetic-related products like L'Oreal and makeup artists and mascara, Maybelline, and Revlon. And I'm also able to target things like, as you scroll down and look, you'll see skin repair, toner, and wrinkles. And my whole entire estimated reach just within this one target segment, if you'll notice on the box on the right, is 4.9 million. So what we're doing is we're targeting people with the right content in order to lead them into our next phase, which is our path to market, where we drive them to our websites and we track them as visitors. What do I mean by track them as visitors? Well, have you ever felt like a company follows you everywhere you go online and after visiting their website? That's exactly what we're doing on your behalf. In fact, we tracked you here today, and you're going to start seeing our ads following you around online to the websites you frequent. And we're going to be doing that on your behalf when you decide to work with us today. So it's very, very powerful. As we move to the next screen, what that ad may look like is right here is maybe it would be the lazy way to fight lines and wrinkles, our procrastinator's guide to anti-aging. So you've seen our content on our website, then we retarget you. And again, remember, folks, you don't have to know how to do any of this. I'm doing this on your behalf, okay? And so then what happens is we immediately drive you to what we call a sample offer. And so what we do is we offer you a sample of our products for just $9.95. So imagine people seeing the content they're looking for, opting into our email list, and then being offered a sample, and they just pay the shipping and handling. Folks, I've been doing this in my other businesses day in and day out. I get sales every single day in my survival business doing just this. So none of this is theory. This is me in the trenches every day applying these strategies that absolutely work. And you're going to be able to leverage these same strategies. And all we're doing is driving them right here to this page. They immediately see the next page where they can check out for $9.95. Now, I want you to remember something. These people were all targeted based off the content they're looking for and that they have money. So think about that for a second. So then, right after they check out, they're offered a one-click upsell offer where they click on the page and they're offered to be a part of our 90-day challenge. They're being offered to get our entire skincare set. And that's all happening with just one simple click. So think about this for a second as we move to the next screen. Their core interest we're addressing is anti-aging, right? We've already identified that. Then we identify behaviors such as online spending habits and things that indicate they're highly interested in personal appearance. We're making sure that this is a market that is passionate, right? Remember one of those key items at the beginning, that we have a market that's passionate? And we live in an age where people are passionate about their self-image. And that's exactly what we're targeting. And so we're doing that, and then we know they're buyers. So imagine they're coming through this step, and they're in step one, they're getting the sample, they check out on step two, and if they don't upgrade, guess what? You're going to be able to follow back up with them and talk to them and let them know that their product's on the way and give them a tour and help them, guide them through the process. But here's the great news. You have a willing and able buyer who really is interested in skincare versus any other direct selling opportunity, folks. This has never been done before in the industry, so it's a significant opportunity for you and I.
Randy, before we move on, I wanted to chime in here real quick. Really, we're not only a next-generation anti-aging and skincare company, but we're a next-generation advertising company as well, doing the things that are really working and making those exact strategies available to our team. I love it. I was holding my tongue. I had to dive in here and just make that little comment, but let's go ahead and move on, bud.
Absolutely, Eric. And here's what's exciting about this. If they want to ramp up their marketing, they can do that, or they can use these links and be able to share these funnels themselves. But we're here to help them, guide them through that process. The big thing I want them to understand is they don't need to know how to do any of this. The next step here is we have an app that allows us to do real-time tracking of our prospects. So when you leverage these tools, you'll get real-time activity notifications, meaning emails open, pages viewed, and how long they looked at the pages. So imagine only interacting with people who are engaged, not guessing if, number one, they have the money, or number two, if they're even interested. In fact, you're going to know whether they're cold, warm, or hot in the process. So that's exciting. And you're able to do instant content sharing, meaning you can share some of those articles, you can share those guides, and finally you get real-time sales notifications. How often do you get sales notifications pushed right to your phone so you know exactly where you're at in your business? That's what you're going to get right here, empowered right in your hands. So let me turn it back over to Eric.
Absolutely, Randy. But first, I just wanted to talk about the genius in what you just did. What's going on in that process? One of the reasons I'm excited about Radiant is not just because of Greg. I mean, that's enough. That gets you excited. But also tapping into the strategies that Randy brings to the table. He is leading edge. People pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars for him to consult with them and to put together marketing strategies on their behalf. And you get Randy working for you as part of this process just by coming aboard the team. That's what got me excited as well. I love to align myself with geniuses anytime I can, and I can honestly say both Greg and Randy are just that. So let's go ahead and move on to my expertise, which is direct response marketing. Now, I can do this pretty quickly in one slide by just simply talking about marrying the right message to the right audience at the right time. That's what direct response marketing is all about. In fact, we are doing some direct response with what Randy just talked about a second ago. Think about it. When the ad pops up for the skincare, for the free sample bottle, that prospect is directly responding. They're interested, so we're teasing them and getting them to directly respond and request the free sample. So then we can follow up and reveal more details about how they can use the skincare and what it can do for them as well. So that's direct response on a consumer side, but also you can think about direct response on the opportunity side. You know, the fact that you're listening to this presentation right now is direct response marketing. We sent you out a little teaser ad. We gave you some information, told you about an amazing opportunity, and you raised your hand and decided to watch this webinar. That's a way of marrying the right message to the right audience at the right time. And if you're serious about making money, and right now is the time that you're ready to make a change and really take control of your financial destiny, then that will be a situation where you're going to join, along with thousands of other people as we do this. But what I really want to get across is what Randy just said a moment ago. You're not going to have to figure out how to do these strategies. It's in our best interest as the marketing arm working with you to give you all of our best knowledge, all of our best strategies, and to empower you to really take your business to the next level. So you're not going to come over to this program and the first marketing training is sit down and make a list of 500 people that you've maybe going all the way back to when you were in third grade. We're not talking about the NFL club, which doesn't stand for the National Football League. It stands for No Friends Left. We're not going to strain your personal relationships. We're going to show you how to use real targeted marketing to move the masses and help you claim your share of that $468 billion anti-aging skincare industry. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to our other strategy. Now, I just said we're not going to talk about straining your relationships, but we do have a very unique product here. And when you have a product that sells itself, you truly don't have to sell anything. I want you to let that drill in. When you have a product that produces the results that we have, You can simply give people the product, and the experience will do the selling for you. So free samples are actually a very viable way to market this product. Now let's take a look at some of the results that we've seen in our testing already. 82% of those who sample the product come back and become a customer. Think about that. This is based on test marketing in doctors' offices, people actually using it, experiencing the results, and then wanting more of that result. What this is really driven by is honest value, the fact that Greg's formulations actually work, and they get people excited, and they get the experience that makes them want even more of it. So sampling, very, very powerful. Those are our three ways to go to market. And with that said, let's move on here. And I want you to just understand this. We are a ground floor opportunity. We're just getting started. You're among the very first to even know this program exists. But we're already in the USA, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, South Africa. You need to realize this. We're a serious company with some serious money behind us, and our goal is global expansion as quickly as possible because we want to capitalize on as much of that $468 billion market as possible. So we're a ground floor opportunity, but we've been preparing to launch for almost 30 years now. We're 30 years in the making, and we're taking the world by storm. Let's move on now to talking about compensation. Randy, I've been hogging the mic here. I'm so excited about what we have here. But let's talk about something that I know gets entrepreneurial people more pumped up than anything. It's time to talk about how the money works.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm so excited about this because, you know, we are not only on the cutting edge of technology with our biotech and our marketing, but I believe we have one of the most lucrative compensation plans out there. In fact, the upfront money alone, just to get started, we're talking about 75% of that being paid out to the partners who get started. We have a car bonus program that the car is actually free and clear. It's not leased. It's given to the brand partners free and clear with just minimal requirements. And then here's the exciting thing as well is that there's 40% payout on direct sales, and that's up to, as you reach the ranks and you climb the leadership ladder here, you can get up to 40% on the direct sales. And then that actually leads into our leadership advancement. Just by becoming a premier, you can become a premier with $2,000 in team volume, and it'll allow you to max out your personal retail commissions at 40%. Let's not stop there. Let's look at the deeper side of this, and that is the residual income. Imagine you're growing an organization, which is really where we're interested, and that is building that leverage. And you can get up to 9% organizational override by building an organization. That's where that residual income comes in. That's where that mailbox money comes in. We're talking about significant residual generational income. And folks, pay close attention. That's the closest to infinity any compensation plan will ever get. And it drives down to thousands of levels deep. That is strong, strong compensation that we're going to be able to leverage right here in this opportunity.
Hey, Randy, before we move on, I just want to really just chime in here for a second. I've never seen a compensation plan that pays as deep as what we have here, being able to earn on levels that normally you would have been coded out on in any other compensation model. It's just fantastic. It's
really exciting. And here's a couple just simple scenarios for everybody. If you bring on just 3 brand partners, you can make up to $485. Imagine that, just 3 brand partners. Or if you brought on just 5 brand partners, you can make up to $800. And I just want to demonstrate just how simple the money that you can make here is. And then lastly is our Genesis G90 car program. You can get that free and clear by hitting some minimal requirements. And that's a $90,000 car, folks. And again, it's not leased. You're given that car with the keys free and clear. So that's pretty exciting. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Eric.
That's some powerful stuff there. There's a lot of money on the table for you. And all you really have to do is just make the decision that you're ready to take your share of it. Okay, so with that, let's move on and recap our 5 keys for massive success. I just want you to remember these 5 key elements because we've covered them here today, and these are precisely what we have on the table for you right now. Number 1, we have a passionate market of consumers. We have people passionate about looking better, actually reversing the aging effects in the skin. Number 2, we have a large expanding marketplace. Remember, we're $468 billion going to $8 trillion by 2025. Number 3, we have a standout product. We actually have real science. Greg's formulations make our product stand out head and shoulders above all the other pseudo-science-based products that are out there. And guys, let's just face it. When the product produces the results that our product produces, people gravitate to it like steel to a magnet. Number 4, case studies that show a proven track record. We're not the first skincare company. We're not the first company to come out with a product like this in network marketing. I would say and argue that we are the first real science-based company that's involved in this industry of network marketing in the skincare anti-aging line. But I want you to realize this. We have case studies out there. There's been numerous companies that have been in this industry with this genre of product that have gone on to become billion-dollar companies. Success leaves clues. We're just taking something that's already successful and making it even better. And then number 5, upfront and residual income. Randy just took you through it. That money in people's pockets right away. That mailbox money that just continues to build on itself as your leverage and your team grows. So these are the 5 things we have. But on the right-hand side, you'll see it also doesn't hurt to have this. It's time we reveal the special bonus that you're going to get, our foundation team offer. There's not a lot of time left. This is something that expires October 8th. So depending on when you're watching this, there may be only a couple of days or maybe even just a couple hours for you to capitalize on this very special bonus. Now, Randy talked about some of the content-driven strategies and the process that's in there. I've never seen this done before in my 16 years in the network marketing space. I've never seen a company open up their wallet and put their money behind the new representatives like what we have here. So, Randy, why don't you elaborate on exactly what's going on here and how powerful this bonus really is?
I'm really, really excited. I'm sitting here on the edge of my seat because here's what we're doing. On October 8th, we are launching this brand new customer acquisition system. And on November 1st, Greg Pylant has agreed to allocate $500 to each brand partner who comes on through October 8th and comes on board. He's allocating $500 to each brand partner's micro funnels, these funnels that you see on the screen. And he's having me run a customer acquisition campaign on everybody's behalf. So you have someone who has a proven track record who has done this time and time again. And folks, here's the best part. If you don't notice it yet, right there on the right side of the screen, this is going to result in an estimated 10 to 17 micro customers and potentially up to 2 customers on the back end, meaning customers that will pay month after month, year after year. And here's the best part. And I'm running this campaign on everyone's behalf, and Greg is putting up the money for it. And all you have to do is take advantage of it before October 8th.
Randy, think about this. I mean, $500 on the level of what's happened here, how many people are so quickly excited about what we're doing, this is going to equate to hundreds of thousands of dollars that are being put in to the marketing budget on behalf of the members. I've never seen this done before. Guys, when you realize who Greg is and how successful he's been, that's one thing. But also when you realize how good a person he is and how much he cares for the people he's working with, that's another. This is just a perfect example of him wanting to really give you guys the ultimate hand up. And it's powerful. Don't let this slip through your fingers. I've never seen it done before. I probably will never see it done again in this industry. It is something magical. And with that said, let's talk about how you can secure your position and also qualify for the foundation team and that amazing bonus of $500 done for you in marketing. So there's 3 things you need to do. Number 1, you need to pay your brand partner fee. It's a nominal little fee. I'll show it to you here in just a second. Number 2, you need to select the Share It pack, which is going to be your key to getting some samples out there right away. And number 3, you need to come aboard with either our women's product or a men's product or both. I myself got both products because I have a wife who's passionate about staying in shape and looking young and feeling young. And so she actually has the product. I have the product. We're products of the product, but that's not required. You just have to select one or the other or both if you're like me. Okay, so with that said, let's move on to showing you exactly how to get your spot secured. You'll see a little arrow down in the lower right-hand corner of the video here pointing to a join link. And when you click on that join link, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. Very simple. I'm just going to walk you through the process of securing your position. Here you're simply going to enter your name. If you have a company name, you can sign up under your company. If you do that, you'll want to put in your EIN number where it says SSN or tax ID. Or if you're coming in as just a individual, put your Social Security number in there and your name at the top. Now retype your social or EIN number there. Very simple, very straightforward process. That's what I love about this. It's not some difficult, hard online enrollment process. So fill out that page and then move on to the shipping address section, which is simply where you want us to send your product. Moving on down from there, just some general contact information. Now, your enroller and sponsors information is also going to show up here. Now, what's cool about this is you may or may not even know your sponsor or who's getting credit for you, because you may have come through any number of direct response marketing channels to get you here. But that doesn't matter. Just understand that when you sign up, you're going to become part of our team, and you get all of the marketing, everything you've seen right here during this presentation done for you as part of the Radian family. So once you've got that filled out and you've checked over that information, let's move on to checking those boxes. I told you I'd tell you how little it costs for the sign-up fee. You're going to check that little box there. It's $19.95, so everybody checks that box. Number two, you want to check the Share It pack. And again, these are the requirements to take advantage of the foundation team. You have to have the Share It pack, you have to have the brand partner sign-up fee, and then one or the other of either the women's product or the men's product, or if you're like me and you want everybody in your household to be utilizing it, maybe a combination of the two, okay? So that's what you want to do here. Make sure you get those three items taken care of on your application when moving forward. If you don't, you're going to get in the program, but you're going to miss out on having Greg put $500 behind your first marketing push. And remember, that's what's really critical here. Before October 8th, we have very little time for you to take action. So take advantage of this. Help others leverage this amazing ground floor opportunity. It's very, very unique to find an opportunity like this on the ground floor, to really capitalize on something like this on its way up. You're in the Goldilocks zone right now. You're in that very special moment in time with all the elements lined up just perfectly for you and a $500 bonus slapped on top of it just as the icing on your cake. It's not something you can afford to miss out on. I also want to drive home one last time the honest value that we have here. Take a look at this, our 100% satisfaction guarantee. And this is an empty jar guarantee. The company really has something here. These formulations are the real deal. And so they understand that if you use the product, you're going to want to use the product again. And they stand behind it. I don't know of any other company that's doing what we're doing here. You can get the product. You can use the product. And if you're not 100% satisfied that it is what we say it is, you can send back the empty jars and get your money put right back in your pocket. Radian is the real deal. This is a very special opportunity, and the timing could not be better. So to wrap it up, capitalize on the special foundation team offer. Grab that $500 in done-for-you marketing by selecting all three, becoming a brand partner, getting your Share It pack, and signing up for the men's or women's product. And before we move on and show them the video of some amazing results and how quickly our product works, did you have any closing remarks, Randy?
I think really I want everyone to just think about for a moment that what you're seeing here has never been done before in the industry. We have a real company with real science and a rich, rich heritage. And this is something where you can build a legacy. This is where you can build real leverage. And that's exciting. I'm excited about this foundation team offer. I'm excited about working with you guys and working with Eric. And so you have an incredible opportunity here. So, Eric, back over to you.
Now I'm going to go ahead and start our video here showing you some amazing results and just how quickly our product works. Thank you all for tuning in. We look forward to working with you soon.